Each May, National Speech Language Hearing Month provides an opportunity to raise awareness about communication disorders and lifelong treatment.
Nashville's Hearing and Communication Center has specialists that can help you with your hearing needs and answer your questions. And today we're here with Gina. She's an audiologist and the owner of the establishment. Welcome back, friend.
Thank you so much for having me again.
So glad you're here. Okay, this is a big month, or tomorrow, starting tomorrow. I can't believe May 1st is tomorrow. But
crazy.
Okay, why is this so important?
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, May is National Speech Language Hearing Month. And just like other months that are dedicated to bringing awareness to different conditions like heart disease, breast cancer, May is our time to shine, where we bring awareness to speech, language, and hearing conditions, and then how it can impact our overall health.
I love how you say on your website that people shouldn't feel closed off from their life.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people do when they have hearing loss.
Absolutely.
So is there anything that we should be aware of when it comes to hearing?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think what people don't often realize is hearing loss has a relationship or can be impacted by some very commonly diagnosed conditions or treatments. So for example, diabetes, heart disease, cognitive decline, chemotherapy treatments for cancer, all of those things can have some kind of impact on our hearing.
Wow.
So it's really important that if someone has been diagnosed or is receiving chemotherapy treatment, that they receive a baseline hearing evaluation regardless of whether they have communication difficulties or not. Let's get that baseline, monitor over time, and then when we do start to see hearing loss or impacts on communication, we can very quickly and easily intervene and keep a good, healthy lifestyle.
I like that. Okay, couple questions.
Absolutely.
First of all, what should people be aware of when seeking hearing services? And then I have a second question I want to ask really quickly off script. Okay. Do you feel like people forget about checking their ears? Because I don't know when the last time I did.
Yeah, so great question. So answer to question one
Yes.
So what people don't often realize is not every hearing care provider is an audiologist. Some might be a hearing instrument specialist. Now, regardless of the degree or certification, what really matters is the quality of care that they receive. So if viewers head to our website, they can fill out an information form, and we will send them free of charge our guide to clinical excellence or excellence in clinical care. And what that guide does is it outlines from evaluation through treatment all the steps, the tests, the services that someone should receive that has been supported by clinical research, by our national organizations, that if they follow those steps, they're receiving, we can feel very confident and comfortable that they're receiving excellent hearing care. And then to answer your second question, one more time.
Yeah, do people forget about their ears?
Yes.
But I went to a physical and they said, when did you get your ears and eyes checked last? And I went, I have no clue.
Yeah, and so quite honestly, I think it almost waits until that Medicare evaluation at 65, that's kind of that landmark or period of time where people say, oh, now we should check. But we can have hearing loss well in advance of that. So I would say if you have ringing in your ears, if you're struggling to communicate in a restaurant, things like that might be cues that we say, let's just get a baseline.
You know, my dad has hearing loss and suffers from that. And I find him at a restaurant out in public, closing down, shutting down because he doesn't know how to be part of the conversation, which makes me really upset right now. But I'm sure that when you're working with your patients, this is life-changing.
Yeah, it really can be, and it's so wonderful to see a life changed and see that smile, see that excitement that they've been able to connect with family, or an adult child has been able to now have a solid conversation with that adult parent because we've improved their hearing. So yes, the ringing in the ears, I think a lot of times people feel like that is something totally separate, but it can be a sign or symptom of hearing loss. So absolutely, if you're experiencing that, and it doesn't have to be ringing. Some people hear cicadas, some people hear crickets, some people hear wind or a whooshing sound. Yeah, so tinnitus or ringing in the ears, it doesn't have to be ringing. It's just the perception of sound in your head that isn't coming from the external world. Yeah.
Whoa.
So anything that you hear, again, could be a sign of hearing loss. So really important to get that checked.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
And you know, it's so important to go to see someone that you trust and care about.
Yeah.
So people can meet you too as well.
Absolutely. So with it being National Speech Language Hearing Month, we are hosting an open house this coming Thursday, May 2nd from 4:30 to 6, where folks can come in. We'll have those guides printed out and available for pickup. They can meet me, ask questions, give a tour of the clinic. And if they have hearing aids, we are offering free cleanings, so they don't have to have them from us. Just any hearing aids. We want to make sure you're living a good, healthy hearing lifestyle.
Amazing. Thank you so
you.
much.
Absolutely.
Everyone, talk to someone about their hearing and get your questions answered. Visit NashvilleHCC.com.